expressed by your fellow members that you will continue to serve the association to the best of your ability. The responsibilities of your office bring certain privileges, the greatest of which is the opportunity to become greater acquainted with this great membership that is scattered throughout the United States of America.
Doors will be open to you that were once difficult to open. NAIIA will be judged by your appearance and conduct because you are indeed the reflection in the National Association mirror. We as members are proud to have you represent us.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Peter Crosa,
I, Peter Crosa,
do solemnly swear
that
I will uphold and support the Constitution and bylaws of the National Association of Independent Insurance Adjusters,
the Constitution and bylaws of the National Association of Independent Insurance Adjusters,
and that I will serve the association to the best of my ability.
and that I will serve the association to the best of my ability. Thank you all. Those are 3 children that were raised and paid for by the insurance industry. Every dime and every nickel and every penny. I'm gonna hold this for a second, there we go. Thank you so much for this honor. Right down the coast, so we're on the Atlantic coast, and if you go south on the Atlantic coast all the way down to Miami, that's where I started my career. Actually, the first job I had was with Allstate Insurance Company, and I was a file clerk. But at that time, Miami Beach was part of my territory. I worked for Allstate once I became an adjuster, and today what is known as South Beach was an absolute dejected area. From 5th Street down to 1st Street, if you handled claims in that area, you did not want to get out of your car. You had to get out, you didn't want to. The place was just filled with crumbling, dilapidated buildings, inebriated derelicts, and otherwise scantily clad persons of ill repute. Now, 40 years later, we all know that South Beach is like the jewel of the jet set of the world, really. The dilapidated buildings have been replaced by these world-class skyscrapers. The inebriated derelicts and the persons of ill repute are still there, but now they're rich and famous. And they have their own reality TV show. But when I was a file clerk with Allstate, I answered a little 3x5 card that said file clerk wanted, so I had no idea what the company would be, and I didn't care, I just wanted a little part-time job. So I answered, it was Allstate. A lady named Mickey Onovi interviewed me and gave me the job, and that's where I started. And part of my job at that time was to push push a file cart. And we would collect the files from the outbox of the claims examiners, put them in the file cart, and cart it over to a row of like 70 file cabinets where these files would go in every single day. Every day they'd pull them out to review them or work on them, and we'd put them back in. One evening, there happened to be this book that was in the basket, the outbox. And it was a blue book. Does anybody happen to have a version, the old version of the blue book? It was just basically a dark colored book with the white letters that said National Association of Independent Insurance Adjusters. And there was a man there, and I'll never forget him. His name was Ed Shambo. He was an adjuster, but a highly respected and ethical man. I said, Ed, what's this? He said, that there is the cream of the crop of adjusters. said, what do you mean? Because I thought these guys were pretty good adjusters. You know, these Allstate guys, a lot of them had a legal background, they were very sharp people. That is the cream of the crop of adjusters. They work for different insurance companies and they're independent and they are basically adjusters for hire. But those are the best there is. I'm quoting him. And I remember thinking, I want to be that. I want to be that someday. I don't know what's so emotional. So here I find myself among the cream of the crop. And I'm honored to serve you and honored to serve with the rest of these folks who've been on the executive committee. I have to really thank my predecessor for the amazing time he put in this past year to get the things accomplished that he was devoted to. And you can't take that away from him. He couldn't be with us tonight, but I thank him to begin with. And then I thank these other fine people, the executive committee, some of them who have been here for the past year and a half, 2 years, and are now departed, like Peter Schifrin, Tom Abel, and Kathy Hester, and of course the now former IPP, Jim Hunt. And it was such an honor to serve with you, and I'm really looking forward to serving with this new group that has joined us, and with the advancing officers. I want to thank Brenda Reisinger and Sherry Som and Mike Som for the work they put into this conference. It's a heck of a lot of work. And then when the conference finally happens, it's intense. It's like 8 a.m. the meetings start and they don't end till 9:30 tonight p.m. So there's a lot of energy that goes into this. And it's very intense during the conference. And boy, what a job you guys do. And I thank you and ask everybody. Ours is a great association. When you see that NAIIA logo, and some people call it a brand, I like to think of it as a symbol. It's a symbol of excellence. And what it means is that it stands for unification of brands, because we all are our own independent brand. C.J. Hester is a brand. Koenig and Associates is a brand. T.M. Mayfield is a brand. SGD is a brand. NAIIA is a symbol of a unification of brands, and it's also a symbol of excellence because of this. And our NAC committee members told us yesterday the superior standards that this symbol, this NAIIA symbol, stands for. The vetting process that a person goes through, or a company goes through to become a member of the NAIIA is no simple task. Financial stability has to be proven. Professional qualifications have to be proven. Excellence in execution or performance of what you do has to be proven and documented. And then you can become a member of this symbol of excellence, the NAIIA logo. So my theme this year is excellence by association. You can be guilty by association, but we are excellent by association. It's an honor to be in the same association. It's an honor to be in the same association with the likes of Bill Schulenberg, Ruben Ambriz, Rock Phillips, Tom Abel, Peter Schifrin, and the rest of you, all of you. I could name all of you and tell you that it was an honor to be in your presence and in the same association with you. So excellence by association, as we go forward, what we want to shoot for is a few different points of energy and effort that we want to devote ourselves to. First of all, we want to refine the call center. We don't necessarily want to trash the call center, but we want to refine it. You learn by your mistakes. We put a lot of time and energy. Matt probably spent 200 hours of his personal time to develop that, and I credit him for that. But as our NAC members told us, there are other things that probably our energy would be better spent on, and we want to do that. We want to follow their advice. That's why they're here, and I thank them for being here to give us that direction. One of the things they said they wanted was an app for our cell phone, so we could call y'all when we want to make an assignment. We just push that little icon, and the opportunity arises to enter the zip code and so on. So we are going to work on that this year. We're going to develop a ride-along program, because that's the other thing that the NAC members were excited about. And you know, these are a bunch of 50-plus-year-old adjusters. They don't get excited about a lot of stuff. So they were excited about this ride-along program. They want to have a rookie from their office be able to spend a day or a week with our adjuster in the field, seeing what it's like to maybe not be up on a roof, but to walk in a burnt-out house or a flooded house and just understand what the process of field investigation or adjustment is. That's what they want to do, and we're going to make that happen. Mike, we're going to make that happen. So, we're also going to work for greater visibility. There's an entire generation of staff adjusters out there that have no idea what the NAIIA symbol symbolizes. And we want them to know it symbolizes excellence and a unification of brands who work together, a brotherhood, a sisterhood. That's what we want them to know. And so what that means is greater visibility. And that visibility comes in different initiatives. And Kathy Hester is the chairman of the marketing committee, and David Hausch is also on the committee with several other members, and I'm sorry I can't remember all of your names, but there's a lot of good intelligence and good energy in that group, and they're going to tell us how to spend our money to get the visibility for that logo and that symbol that we want. So finally, we can just remember that it's a symbol of excellence, and we can achieve excellence by association. I'm associated with you, you're associated with you, and you're associated with me. It's sort of a brotherhood and a sisterhood. We thought about how can we make more members participate. As my learned colleague from years ago, former President Mike Somm the Elder, once said, most of our members don't attend most of our meetings. So we want to flip that and make it true to say that most of our members do attend most of our meetings. But how you do that is by bringing value to the table. Why aren't people standing in line to break the door down to get into this organization? They apparently don't perceive the value. So we want to give them that value. And that's what this board, this executive committee is dedicated and devoted to do. Make this an organization that the people will stand in line, just like at the Apple store when they're going to unveil a new device. People will stand in line and get into this organization. And not all of them will make it, because we do say no to some. But we want to grow our numbers, and we don't want to grow our numbers by knocking on doors and begging people to join and fill out an application. We want them to come begging us to let them in if they qualify. So in closing, I promise you this executive board will deliver that promise this year. So thank you all very much. I'm honored here to be before you, to speaking like this, and there are some heavy hitters in this room that are world-class adjusters, and I'm so proud to be among you. Thank you very much for